Vigyan CS CSEET video classes. In this video, we'll have a complete overview of paper 1, that is business communication. So many students ask me, sir, in CSEET, we have 50 marks on business communication and legal aptitude is only 25 marks. Why is that? And company secretary course is mainly about corporate law. So please understand why ICSI has done this. So in your syllabus, business communication is 50 marks. First, let me give you a little bit of a background. See, there was a general complaint from the corporates to ICSI and the government saying that company secretaries are very good in the legal knowledge, but company secretaries have to improve in the business communication. This was a general complaint. So ICSI realized that in the syllabus, we are never going deep into English or business communication. In fact, it was there in CS Foundation, but the problem is every student never used to take CS Foundation. Many students used to come directly to CS Executive, that is after degree. But now, since CS EET is compulsory, they said that in future, every company secretary should be known not only for their expert knowledge in corporate law, company law, and all the other laws, but also the company secretary should be known as an effective communicator in a business environment. See, please understand one thing. As a student, you may feel that why is this so important? But let me tell you, myself as a practicing company secretary, when I talk to different corporates, more than the law, it is about how we communicate. What is the depth of our English? How confident we are when we are speaking? How good are we when we write? When you write emails, when you draft contracts, there is a lot of writing you do in this profession. And there is a lot of speaking you do. So you have to speak with confidence. You have to speak with flair. You have to speak with the best grammar. And these are essentials and basics. Now you only think you are a company secretary of a very big company and the director asked you some question, you know the answer, but you are telling in a stammering way, or you are not confident, or your grammar is wrong. Though your answer is correct, director is not convinced with your answer because your communication is not up to the mark. That is why ICSI told that the first paper, see, paper 1 is business communication in CSEET. So they want every company secretary to be the best business communicators. Why? Because understand one simple thing. As a company secretary, you are the bridge between many people. Company secretary is the bridge between the government and the company, the directors and the shareholders, the staff and the management. No matter how you look at it, you are the bridge between the company and the outside world. So if you are the bridge and the bridge is only weak, you cannot travel on the bridge. Same way, if your communication is poor, what if you miscommunicate? These problems will happen. That is why the first paper is business communication. So what is there in the syllabus? The first part is essentials of good English. You may be thinking, what sir, from first standard we are studying same grammar. Yes. So they are not teaching you grammar. See, one thing you should understand, CSEET is what? Testing your basics. So whatever grammar you know, you are only polishing that grammar. Simple things. What is a noun? What is a verb? How to form a sentence? What is a pronoun? All these basics should be there. See, only when you know ABCD, you can make words. Then you can write sentence. Same way for business communication, the first essential ingredient, the first essential nature which you should have is proper grammar. Your grammar should be perfect. And that is what we study in the first part. Once you brush up with all your grammar in this syllabus, next we move on to the next part of business communication. Yes, it's for 50 marks, so you studied multiple things. The next part is the business communication, the principles. What is message, what is sender, what is receiver, how you should communicate, what are the barriers to communication. See, what is the barriers to communication? Lack of vocabulary can be a barrier. Or if you're speaking on the phone, network can be a barrier. You're telling everything, but network is bad, so other person cannot hear. So for communication, there could be many barriers or many stoppages. And how to solve it, what are the skills you should have, is what we study in the basics in business communication. Once you know this, we go into the types of communication, because your primary role as a company secretary is communicating. You have to keep on communicating with different people, whether it is directors, whether it is colleagues, whether it is shareholders, whether it is employees, whether it is your juniors, that is company secretary will have juniors. You are interacting with everyone, including the government. So what are the kinds of communication you will have? In written also, you may have to send a simple SMS, that is also communication. You have to send an email, you have to write a letter, you have to draft an application to government. Everything cannot be in the same style. How you write an SMS is very informal, but how you write a business email is important. There also, how will you write email to government? How will you write email to shareholder? How will you write email to director? And how will you answer the questions of different people? For everything there is a style and there is a flair in which you have to do it. And that is what we study in this part, where you study the different types of communication. And knowing how to write an email, what is the etiquettes of email? You cannot start email that, "Hi man, how are you?" Usually you don't do that in a business environment. You may do it with your friends. But in business email, you must use something like "Dear Sir" or "Attention so-and-so person." Then in the end, you should say yours sincerely, and you should give your name, you should give your designation, your company name, your contact details, all that should be there. So these things you may be already aware. You say, "Sir, we know all this, what is so great?" But in this syllabus, they are trying to bring a framework for this and to bring you into the correct method of sending these business letters or emails or any sort of business correspondence and communication. See, business correspondence is a big ocean. In that, all the parts we have to study. Once we know that, we come to the all important part of how do you draft. Drafting itself is actually 100 marks paper for you in CS Professional. You're going to come to CS Professional, won't you? Of course you will, especially with these video classes, you will be able to excel. So drafting basics, you're already starting in CSEET. Once you know the basics of drafting, then you can go in depth in executive and CS Professional. That is how to draft resolution, all that you don't have now. But these basics will help you to reach that stage where you know how to draft applications, then notices, all these things will be there. Right? You want to call the members for meeting, you have to send notice. So you can't simply write whatever you want. There is a particular format. So the basics you study here will help you then. So that is why I'm telling you, don't think that this business communication something we have to pass, then we'll go to executive. It is not useful, not at all. Why would ICSI add this? They know these are basics. This basics is your foundation to understand the legal subjects. So make sure you brush up on your English, your communication, study this chapter, study this subject, this paper, not only for exam, but generally to improve your business communication and English. The last part of this particular paper is common business terminologies. See, business terminologies are words and phrases which is used specifically in that particular business. And you should know this corporate jargon. When you know this, you will be able to understand what are they talking about. I'll give you example. See, in cricket, if you are a student of cricket, if you know cricket, if you love cricket, you know the terminologies. You know what is LBW, leg before wicket, correct? Like that, you know what is no ball, you know what is wide. But if you talk to someone who does not know cricket, they will not know what is no ball, what is wide, what is bouncer, they will not know that. Because you know cricket, you know these terminologies which is related to cricket, correct? Anything for that matter. I just gave cricket example because most people understand that in India. Same way, in business, there are different terminologies. Of course, we'll be going through each of the terminologies when we study it. But you should understand that these terminologies are something which you should already know. Because if you are a company secretary and somebody is using a business terminology and you don't know what it means, it looks very funny. That is why the specific business terminologies will be discussed in this part. So this was the overview of the entire 50 marks of business communication. So make sure that not only you're studying what is in this book and this paper for exam, but you are making sure that you are excellent in your English and business communication. If you do that, not only you'll pass the exam, but you'll be very well prepared for executive and professional. And English is a skill which will help you throughout your life, no matter what you do. So this is a great opportunity for you to start learning. So now let us start with the video classes for business communication.